Alright YouTube, so we're back of course to talk about some Fallout actually. We haven't talked about Fallout in a long time, probably about a year, a little more, a little less. It's been a while. We've been strictly Final Fantasy VII Remake content for a very long time now. But today we have some big news that we had to talk about. And at the core of this channel, we are still Fallout. Once like Fallout 5 comes out inevitably, or whatever the next Fallout mainline game might be, we'll be talking about it and covering it of course as well. And probably Elder Scrolls 6 as well. We never really got the chance to cover an Elder Scrolls game on this channel. And maybe even Starfield. We've done some Starfield stuff in the past, but there's not really been anything to talk about the entire time Starfield's been revealed. So, but again, still at the core of this channel, we are Fallout. And if there is something video worthy to talk about, I will talk about it. And that's what we have today. And what it is, it's obvious by the title, probably the thumbnail as well. There has been the reveal of a Fallout something. Either a TV show or a movie over on Amazon. So they gave us like a 23-second teaser that doesn't really show us much, but there is a couple small details I wanted to point out. For starters, there's obviously the reflection of two lights in like the screen of this TV. I don't know why that would be significant, but it's there the entire time. And I do think they are significant because even after the TV turns off in this trailer, it actually lingers on these lights in the reflection for a couple of seconds. Again, I don't even know how this would be significant to anything, but the first thing that comes to mind, if we want to speculate, we want to put on the tinfoil hat, with the spacing of the lights and them being parallel with each other, like the first thing that comes to mind for me is like car headlights. When it comes to the modern Fallout games, or the 3D Fallout games, people have wanted vehicles in them for a while, and I've been in that camp before, but when you actually break it down and look at the worlds that like Bethesda builds when it comes to the Fallout series, you can't really drive a car on them. They're not really traversable with a vehicle. And when it comes to the modern Fallout games, when it comes to the 3D Fallout games, we've never seen a working vehicle in any of them except for the pre-war segment of Fallout 4 and, of course, vertibirds, but no actual drivable cars. And to the best of my knowledge, when it comes to the Fallout games, the only vehicle I'm aware of that we've ever been able to have is in Fallout 2 with the Highwayman. Maybe Tactics or Brotherhood has still had a vehicle. Never played those, don't know much about them. And another reason why I speculate that this could potentially be headlights is because it's a pair of lights that are pointed almost directly at the TV at maybe like a slight angle or something. Now on to some of the other details I noticed. Whenever it rolls the Bethesda Game Studios logo and then like it cuts away, starts staticking and messing up, it sounds like a scream almost. I'll play it for you real quick. It could absolutely just be like sound distortion or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a scream, but it was definitely something I noticed when watching this. And so far, that's the only takeaways I have from this teaser. It is just a teaser. It literally just got revealed like within the past like 10 or 15 minutes of me making this video. Now, as for who's making this, Kilter Films, they don't have a huge like filmography, but the main thing that stuck out to me from the stuff they've worked on is Westworld. Westworld is a show that used to be really, really popular, and it probably still is, but you don't really hear people talk about it that much. But whenever this show was, like, the first season, when it first came out, like, this was the only thing anybody was ever talking about at the time. I've never personally watched it, I don't know anything about it, but it's one of those shows that's kind of on the back burner. It's on the bucket list, I'll watch it eventually. But it's at least promising because Westworld was a generally well-received show, so that's good for... I think this is supposed to be a TV series, it's kind of what all the news outlets are saying, but we don't know for sure yet. But I absolutely goddamn love like post-apocalyptic worlds when it comes to movies and TV shows like The Walking Dead, zombie, post-apocalyptic. I love ruined worlds. I love watching that shit. So this is promising. I think Fallout is ripe with it, and hopefully they, instead of just making a TV show version of like one of the games, hopefully they expand on the universe. That's something I think is the perfect option for a TV show. For example, a lot of people within the community have been asking for like a Fallout that takes place in like Tokyo or just Japan in general, because it's like there's a whole world out there, right? All the Fallout games for what's it been, like 20-something, almost 30 years or some shit? All the games have taken place in the US, but there's an entire world that was fucked up by the Great War. What's happening elsewhere? Like in Europe, for example. That's what a TV show can do. They can show us the rest of the world. But of course, it remains to be seen. I want to pass it off to you guys. What do you think this is? For starters, do you think it's a movie or a TV show? I think TV show makes the most sense. It's like probably 99% certain it's a TV show. But what do you think it's going to be about? It's Fallout related. But what's it gonna? Is it just gonna be something from one of the games, or is it gonna be like an original concept or idea? Are we gonna be in the U.S. still? We're gonna be somewhere else in the world? And also, since I've been away from the Fallout community for a bit now, was this rumored, or did this just kind of come out of nowhere for everybody? And if it has been rumored, is there rumors of what it would be about? Also, really quickly, once a trailer drops for this, whenever that might be, I will absolutely do a reaction video to it. We're definitely going to cover whatever this is. Either way, dudes, that is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to update more Fallout TV show content, I suppose. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @dashingdavid. I'm a Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. no shame, we blow that. Like Coltrane, we in here. Like Rogaine, or leave it. Like Cobain.